To this series of Before You Japa. Now, I've said in my introduction that there are certain questions that you need to answer before you japa. So, in today's video, what are the questions that you need to ask yourself and you need to find out and need to answer before you japa? Number one question I said is, can the country you go to, you japa to, allow you to work and study? Some people are going, they say, I'm going as a student, and then they will land in that country. And they are not going, if you are going on scholarship, the scholarship, is it full scholarship or partial scholarship? If it's partial scholarship, that means you need money from somewhere. And most schools in UK, they are going to give you partial scholarship. I tell some students that I know, I've come across, most schools in UK will give you partial scholarship or just give you admission. If you want admission within this week in UK for any school, you can get admission. You can get admission whether for masters or PhD. You can contact, they are looking for students because you're going to bring your money, so you can get, if you have the money, they are going to give you admission. You go there, you study, and then when you finish your program, previously they don't allow you to stay in UK. After your program, you get back. But today now, there's an arrangement, you can stay for 2 years and work for 2 years before you go back. Within that 2 years, you get to network and do some other things and get settled. But if luck does not come your way, if you don't get hooked up within that 2 years, what happens? You have to get back to your country. What some Nigerians do abroad is to start a PhD. When they finish that PhD, they start a postdoc. When they finish that postdoc, they start something, because you must get something you are attached to that made you to be in UK. You cannot just go and say you have finished school and you stay in UK, because it's not your country. You have their regulations. So every time you get, maybe the first place you are, you work for them for 2 years. They will renew it for another 1 year. They will renew it for another 1 year. If they don't renew it and you don't get another place within a particular number of days, then you have to return back to your country. So these are some of the factors you have to consider. Now, before some people travel, they sell the whole of their property before they leave the country of their origin, before they leave Nigeria to the advanced country. Let's assume somebody went to study, is an adult, went to study, and he had property, he had this, I'm tired of this country. He travels out to go and study, and he's doing PhD, 4 years on the PhD. And after 4 years, maybe he's married. His wife is also doing something. She's doing a program. After 4 years, they are done with the program. 5 years, 6 years, you do another program. Maybe you do a postdoc. Maybe you do another postdoc. 7 years. If you're unable to get something else again, and you're unable to get a permanent residency, then you'll be asked to return to your home country, if that is the case. So the place you are going, are they going to allow you to work or not? Now I talk about scholarship. If you don't get if you get a scholarship, a full scholarship, we take care of your tuition, we take care of everything concerning your school fees, and they pay you stipend. The stipend can make you to buy even a car. After, if you can save for a while or get a loan, you can rent a house to stay. And you know, in the advanced country like US and UK, you pay for your house monthly. So when they pay you your stipend monthly, pay for the house monthly. Is quite different from what you have in Nigeria, where you pay for a house, you pay a year for the house. You pay for the house in a year and not per month. You pay per year. So there's a difference in the arrangement in the housing. In Nigeria, you pay per year, but in UK, you pay per month. Per month also. Or in US or in the advanced country, it will take care of everything if it's full scholarship. If it's not full scholarship, that means partial scholarship, you're still going to work to fund the program. Now, if it is just admission, just study without funding, without scholarship, that means you are going to seek for your funding yourself. So how are you going to seek for the funding? Is there somebody that is going to fund you? If you have a parent, you have a brother, you have a sister that have the money and the resources to go ahead and take care of you. These are the things you should think about when it comes to traveling abroad, especially when it comes to the school. Now, some people will say, I'm going to work in the country now. I'm going to work. Now, let me tell you the fact. If you get a scholarship, if you get admission to study, if you go to study without any kind of funding, without any kind of scholarship, what happens is that the work you are going to do in that country cannot take care of your rentage and your feeding in most cases. You cannot take care of your rentage and your feeding in that vast country. If it is in the developing country, the money you make is huge, but compare with here. But the money you make there, you're going to spend it there. When you rent a house of £1,000, and then you spend a lot on food and on transport also, then how much are you going to be earning on a part-time basis as you are studying? So think about this before you japa. Let everything be clear to you before you japa. The best thing if you want to go as a student is to get a full scholarship, and that is possible. I have series of videos on my YouTube channel talking about scholarship, and you can go and check that out. I also have a blog, scholarshipadvert.com. Check it out, and I've spelled out a lot of details there on how to go about scholarship, scholarshipadvert.com. Now,